In the vast expanse of the sky, where the beauty of flight meets the limits of human engineering, there exist stories so extraordinary, they remind us of the thin line between disaster and miracle. Welcome to Above and Beyond Aviation. Today, we're embarking on a journey through the annals of aviation history, exploring tales that defy belief, stories of survival against all odds, tales that resonate with human resilience and ingenuity. These are the narratives that make us marvel at the miracles that can occur when we push the boundaries of what's possible. From the miracle on the Hudson to the Azores glider miracle and the chilling survival tale from the Andes, we'll delve into these awe-inspiring accounts, unearthing the extraordinary within the ordinary. But before we dive into these awe-inspiring stories, if you're fascinated by the world of aviation and love to soar above and beyond the ordinary, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. January 15, 2009, New York City. A day that started like any other, but for the passengers and crew of U.S. Airways Flight 1549, it was anything but ordinary. Imagine this. Mere minutes after takeoff, their plane collides with a flock of geese, instantly losing all engine power. The unthinkable had happened. An Airbus A320, with 155 lives on board, was gliding powerlessly above one of the most densely populated areas in the world. The man in command, Captain Chesley "Sully" Sullenberger, a seasoned pilot with a career spanning over 4 decades, was faced with a decision that no pilot ever wants to confront. With no time to return to any airport, his options were limited and the stakes were sky high. With a cool head and years of experience, Sully made a snap decision. He would attempt a water landing on the Hudson River, a maneuver fraught with danger, yet it was the best shot they had. His co-pilot, Jeffrey Skiles, worked feverishly alongside him, preparing the plane and passengers for the imminent landing. Their incredible skill and calm under pressure paid off. In less than 4 minutes, they successfully landed the powerless jet on the icy Hudson River, saving all 155 souls on board. Sully's quick thinking and expert maneuvering turned a potential catastrophe into a story of survival that captivated the world. It became known as the Miracle on the Hudson. This remarkable event didn't just make headlines, it sparked a global conversation about aviation safety. The incident led to significant changes in pilot training, emphasizing the importance of preparation for such rare occurrences. It also highlighted the need for improved bird strike prevention measures and the role of crew resource management in crisis situations. With no time to return to any airport, Sully made a decision that will etch this day into aviation history forever. The Miracle on the Hudson serves as a stark reminder of the thin line between disaster and miracle, and the extraordinary feats of survival that are possible when we dare to soar above and beyond. August 24, 2001. Over the Atlantic Ocean. Air Transat Flight 236, a wide-bodied Airbus A330, was en route from Toronto to Lisbon, with 306 passengers and crew aboard. As the hours slipped by, an ominous situation was developing in the belly of the aircraft. Unbeknownst to the pilots, a fuel leak was rapidly draining the lifeblood of the plane. Midway over the Atlantic, the unthinkable happened. The fuel supply ran dry. The engines, starved of fuel, flamed out, one after another. The hum of the engines was replaced by an eerie silence. The aircraft was now a glider, a powerless behemoth sailing through the night sky. In the cockpit, Captain Robert Peache and First Officer Dirk de Jager faced a dire situation. They were over the ocean, far from any airport, with a plane full of people depending on their skill and judgment. They had one shot at survival: a small island military base in the Azores, 120 miles away. But could a jumbo jet glide that far without any power? It had never been done before. With a cool-headedness that belied the gravity of the situation, the pilots began their descent. They had to maintain the perfect balance between speed and altitude to ensure they had enough lift to reach their destination. Every decision, every control input had to be spot on. There was no room for error. Meanwhile, the passengers braced themselves for the longest 30 minutes of their lives. As the minutes ticked by, the distant lights of the Azores grew brighter. The impossible was becoming possible. Against all odds, the pilots executed a flawless landing. All 306 people on board survived. The Azores glider miracle, as it came to be known, was the longest glide ever recorded in a passenger jet. This extraordinary event led to significant changes in fuel management protocols, ensuring that such a situation would never happen again. For 30 minutes, the aircraft glides silently through the night, achieving the longest glide ever recorded in a passenger jet. October 13, 1972, a Uruguayan Air Force flight carrying 45 passengers crashes into the Andes Mountains. A chilling day that would mark the beginning of an unbelievable survival saga, one that would push the bounds of human resilience and determination to its very limits. On this ill-fated day, the old adage, man versus nature, took on a horrifyingly real dimension. Stranded at an altitude of over 12,000 feet amidst the biting cold and the desolate, snow-covered peaks, the survivors found themselves in a situation no one could have ever prepared for. Food was scarce, and the piercing cold was relentless. The survivors were just ordinary people, not trained survivalists. Yet they found extraordinary courage within themselves, to battle not just the harsh elements, but also the creeping despair that threatened to consume them. Teamwork became their lifeline. Tasks were divided, roles were assigned. Some took on the responsibility of rationing the meager food supplies. Others focused on creating makeshift shelters from the wreckage. Every small victory, every problem solved, was a testament to their collective will to survive. The emotional and physical challenges were immense. The freezing temperatures and high altitude took a toll on their bodies. The knowledge that they were considered lost, that no rescue was coming, gnawed at their spirits. Yet, they persevered. They clung on to hope, to the possibility of a miracle, and a miracle did happen. After an agonizing 72 days, 16 survivors emerged from the Andes Mountains. They had endured the unendurable, survived the unsurvivable. Their story wasn't just about an air crash, it was about the indomitable human spirit, the power of teamwork, and the will to survive. Their resilience was awe-inspiring, their courage unforgettable. The Andes survivors showed the world that even in the face of overwhelming adversity, humanity can rise above, can fight back, can survive. After 72 days in the brutal cold, 16 survivors emerge, their story a testament to the human will to survive against all odds. These stories, while exceptional, underscore the incredible advancements in aviation safety, training, and technology. The tales of Flight US 1549, Air Transat Flight 236, and the Andes flight disaster aren't just about surviving against all odds. They are about the expertly trained pilots who turn potential disasters into miracles, the air traffic controllers who keep their cool in the face of catastrophe, and the engineers who design our aircraft to be as safe as possible. Take, for instance, the development of bird strike simulation tests after the miracle on the Hudson. These tests ensure that modern aircraft can withstand similar incidents, reducing the risk of engine failure. Or consider how the Azores glider miracle led to stringent fuel management protocols, making sure that what happened to Flight 236 never occurs again. Then there's the training. Today's pilots drill emergency procedures until they become second nature, preparing them to make split-second decisions when the unthinkable happens. They learn from the experiences of pilots like Sully and Piche, their actions serving as valuable lessons in crisis management. But it's not just about the technology or the training, it's about the people, the passengers who remain calm and follow instructions, the flight attendants who ensure safety procedures are adhered to, the rescuers who brave harsh conditions to save lives, and the survivors whose stories of resilience inspire us all. These miracles in the sky are a testament to the human spirit. They show us that when we're pushed to our limits, we can achieve the extraordinary. They remind us of the strength that lies within us all, the strength that allows us to endure, to survive, and to thrive. So when you next find yourself soaring above the clouds, take a moment to appreciate the intricate ballet that is aviation. The countless hours of training, the groundbreaking technology, the stringent safety protocols, all working together to ensure your journey is as safe as it can be. They remind us of the resilience of the human spirit, the skills of those who take us above the clouds, and the miracles that can happen when we face the unimaginable.